Okay, once we have this, I'm just going to be following along on the instruction manual that I've downloaded from the website. And you'll see that the only tool that you need is a Phillips screwdriver, and I've got that over here. So without further ado, let's jump in. So we see from the instructions, we don't need these pieces right now, we only need this and the control board. You see the control board has two sides, it's this side as well as this. We just see that there's a number there, we just want to note that number because we'll need that later. So for me it's 3F23, and that's the number of the Bluetooth chip, so we'll just remember that. Okay, so first things first, you're gonna put it in like this. You'll notice that the top is where the engraved numbers or the engraved labels are. So that's that. Next we need our nuts and bolts over here. And what I like to do, just to make things easier, like throw it all out. We'll keep that in a pile. Okay, just be careful with that. Okay, and then the next thing is putting the screws in. What I like to do is put one in at a time. So you want to keep these very loose at first. So let's do that. And then using the other one, just keep that loose. Put that back. Okay, do something like this. And then we'll keep this. Once we have these connected, again we don't need to make these very tight for now. We can tighten them all together once we do the motors. So I skipped a few steps. Now we doing the sides, and for that you'll need these guys and the motors. So we'll be one at a time. And you'll see in the instructions, and I'll do it just like the picture. You'll see that there's a hole over there, and there's a pin over there. You want to make sure that the side of the motor with the wires coming out fits in this way. So you'll see once it's in, it's correct, and you can put your nuts and bolts in this way. So again, this is a little bit of concentration you need here. The way I do it is I put the bolt in, put the nut on top. And just screw it in. Once you have that, you can do the other side. Same thing. Very small, but this is essentially the hardest part of things. Once that's in, you can leave it loose. And we can do the other side. Again, same thing. You want to say, okay, this goes this way. And the wires is where the slot is, closed in. First, so let's see the screws. Okay, hold it in. sensor in. It's good.
When assembling the motors to the control board, I've just made it a bit clearer here. The connectors are, this is the first one and that's the second one. And what you want to do is you want this one to be your left motor and that one your right. So this is just a bit easier explained when you have a fully assembled one. Obviously when you put in yours together you won't have that, but if this is the front, you want this, so you'll see that your motor will be, or your board will be like this, and that's the front. And I'll put that there so you can see it. You want the motor on this side to be connected here. And just note the colors. The colors are very important. So you want your orange on top, your red, and then your brown at the bottom closest to that. And on the other side, you put that in there. So that's basically how you put it together. So I just thought I'd make a close-up video for this to make it a bit easier to see.
Once we have all of our electronics connected, we can start putting the robot together. And this is quite long, so I like to rotate it or twist it before I put it in. Again, you don't have to, but this is just the way I like to do it. And put it in there. Make sure I don't pinch any of the tires. Okay, same thing on this side. So the wires are a bit more manageable. Right, then we've got this side over here. Let me just follow along with the instructions. Okay, we've put the sides together and we have something that looks like this, and this battery will just be over here. Next we want to put this bottom piece in. So this side goes in front, and this is the front over here. So we'll just push this through. And we've got this connected this way. Okay. Next we want to do the last bit of screwing, which is getting these bolts in here. So you'll do one at a time. Okay, so next we want to put the side in. So I like to put the screw in, the nut in first, and then I put the nut in from the bottom. Use the screwdriver, just screw it in. Next is the other one. Screwdriver to align your nut. Screw this one in from the bottom. That's there over there, and then we can do the other one over here. So we can just put the nut there, just make sure it's in the groove. That. Once they're all in, you can just go through and you can tighten each one. Make sure everything fits. Right. And you can test if everything's working. The light goes on. Should be okay to go. Okay. Next we want to close the front up, and we just make sure everything is straight. Put that in there. And then we can do the side. So this USB does is a little bit in the way. So what we do is we put this in at an angle. And we just push it down. Once it's there, you can just push it back. And the overall structure, just need to push down for measure. Overall structure is complete. The next step is to do the wheels. And you'll see that the wheels comes in a pack like this with a screw in at the bottom. And we won't be using that screw, we'll be using the screws that come in these packs. Again, these packs come with the motors, and if you want to, once you've built your robot and you want to do something else with it, you can always put these servo horns, they're called servo horns, these white things, and you can connect them to other things. So what you'll do first is you'll put the rubber tire on the robot. You can move these then to the side. Just connect them this way. Okay, both of the wheels are done. And in here you'll see there's a few different screws. You want to use the thickest one that's in here, which is this one. You'll see it as it's a bolt, so there's no point to it. So that's one. And these other screws you can use for other things, but we won't be using it now. And here's the second one, which is this bolt here. So we're using these. And quite simply, we'll be putting the wheels on. First one. That's the second one. You can put it down. The first one in. Should clip in. Again, you don't need to force this to be very tight. You just want to make sure that it holds the wheel in. So screw in. And that should be it. Your MiiRo is done. You can put these other packets back in the box. If you want to use it, throw it away. There.